Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are now tuned in to Angry Fans, and this is our second segment of the group where we're going to go over anime, video games, music, movies, comic books, basically everything we love, especially the man who is with me right here. I am your host, Afro, but this is my co-host who I'm happy to have with me, my right hand on the sticks. I'll let him introduce himself. Who are you, man?
How y'all doing? This is Pesos. I'm here for the all things nerdy, all the bits, all the goodies. I can hate, but I'm here to talk about all the good things that come out during this whole pandemic.
No, I hear you say Pesos. I feel like we should call you Silky Johnson.
Silky.
For those who don't know, you're not old enough. Don't worry about it. You can Google it. You'll find out later. But all right, man, we're going to start things off with something, I was very excited about. I know you were excited about, especially, being Black nerds in this world. We don't get too many characters, let alone our own show. So Yaskue, Netflix dropped, something. I thought it was going to be more of a historical, biopic kind of an anime, but they went with a whole new turn. And I still loved every second of it. My only beef with it was it wasn't like close to actual historical events, but they still gave us somebody that was from our history. Mm-hmm. What do you feel about this? How did you like it, man?
I thought so. When I sat down with Yaskue, I didn't know it was going to give off those Samurai Champloo vibes, and that's what I've been waiting for so long in the anime world, because we didn't get another season of Samurai Champloo. But it's good to see these type of shows where they were like, "Yo, let's mix it up, bring a brother into the scene." He came on. I watched the whole season. I sat down. I think I sat through the whole thing. Like, I watched it overnight because it was so quick.
He was amazing, man.
Oh, bro, like just the style, the music. I mean, I even get the ringtone. Like the track goes hard. So it's just like, it's really nice to see something different from Netflix, and hopefully they continue it, because it's nice seeing their animated shows really grow the way they have over the years.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Mappa Studios. A lot of people don't know. These are the same people that made Kakiguri, Jujutsu Kaisen. They worked on the last season of Attack on Titan, which I feel like a lot of people gave them a lot of flack, but it is true to the manga. So I got to give them a lot of love and respect for what they did. I think they did a great job, especially with the producer who made the music for the show. They're pushing heavy for a second season. As of
the
now,
music is in my playlist.
There's no news on a second season, but I feel like with it being in the top 10 for most watched shows in 48 different countries right now, and it having a 91 score on Rotten Tomatoes, Yaskue is killing the game right now. And I feel like they're going to have to give us not just one more season, they're going to have to give us multiple seasons. So I'm excited about the future of that. What did you think about, I know you said you compared it to Cowboy Bebop, but like, what did you think about like the actual like fight scenes?
The actual fight scenes were tough, because you had Yaskue fighting against werebears and robots and another black dude shaman. Like, that was tough. Like, that was tough to like, and all he had was a fish hook made out of wood, and he turned up. Like, that was really dope to see that. And like, even the dudes he were fighting were giving him props, and as soon as he gave him props, he hit him right in the face. He was like, "Yeah, you let your guard down, smack, like just real quick." So I really appreciate what they did with that, because it made me like the villains, the clique that they had, because like as soon as they started doing their thing, I was like, "Oh man, like, I want to see more of these guys." But it was just like, it was tough. The fighting scenes were real good, updated. I could not complain with them. I thought it was really good. Thumbs up from me.
My favorite fight scene was kind of like what I was looking forward to. Afro is the name I go by. Afro Samurai is one of my favorite animators. So to see a black samurai come out and get a shine again, it was a beautiful thing. But when he went with the squad and they didn't trust him or like him because, he's an outsider with black skin, they wanted nothing to do with him, especially, the main villain at the end of the movie. I know it was the Daimo, but we all know it was the dark guy. What did he go by?
The dark guy.
The dark knight, the dark samurai.
The Omi. He was the teacher. He was.
Yeah.
He teaches for the shogun of the Daimo.
When they were doing the flashbacks and they went to go challenge the other crew, and they said, "No, you'll settle this the old way." And I love the foreshadowing, because he settled it the old way in the end again. But when it was 1 on like 12, it didn't fucking matter. He sliced him and diced him. It was like I was watching him play Fruit Ninja. It was fucking crazy.
I seen the one dude, he flambéed the one dude and he split in half. And I was just like, oh man. I was like, they want to do that. That's Afro Samurai stuff.
Yes, sir.
Like, if you played the game, you were able to angle where you wanted to slice. And I was just like, yo, that's legit. I like that. They brought that back. I haven't seen that in a while, but I'm still catching up on all my anime. So, big hopes.
Yeah, no, we got plenty of time for that. So you don't have to worry about that. Right now, we're only worried about Yaskue and, that beautiful fight and stuff. How did you feel about Saki?
Saki was the little girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she gave me big, net. Is it Nesco? What's Tanjiro's sister's name? Is it Nesco? Nesco, right?
Yeah, his sister.
Yeah, she gave me big Nesco vibes that can just like talk and not be a demon because she had those powers and like her hairstyle, the way she moved and how it was just everything moved around her. I thought it was good vibes because I was just like, I like seeing the direction they go when they add these different characters and it's not the same play by play of like, oh, this is just another person. She's like, the show's surrounding her. So like they have to figure out what she's linked to. And like Yaskue he's just that dude. He caught up in the mix of it. So
it was a crazy unstoppable duo, like with Saki with her telepathic powers and then him with his samurai ability. It was a crazy duo to where they were constantly saving one another.
When he had the armor on, that was dope. And like the dream.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, when she was controlling him, that was pretty cool. I like
that. And then when they took it to the Astro world, I got some real serious like Avatar vibes. Like,
big facts.
That was wild.
Like Aang talking to the elders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was pretty dope. And everybody was like the design of the boss villain, the Daimo, I think, had the nails and was like the demon thing.
She gave me spider vibes, bro.
Bro, thank you. So you know how I felt about that. I was just like, all right, okay, so I would have trouble with this, So it freaks this, but she was like devious and she knew their deeper inner thoughts and just like use that against them. And I was like, man, spiders are scary individuals, and I just don't think. I don't want to be in that situation where there's ever anybody with more than 4 legs, 5 legs, or even 6. I can't. No, not even more than 3. Oh, no, you give me insect vibes. I'm not.
Not only that, with that dark magic and like the trickery she used, like she was able to convince Yaskue to attack the little girl.
Yeah,
and I was like, damn, bro, like seriously, but he was tripping. He really thought his leader was still alive.
Yeah. That was crazy the way his body was mangled up in the end when he was like, you got to kill her. Do this and I was just like, yo, look. I'm like, bro, does that not disturb you right now? I was just like, your boss is looking really rough right now.
Yo, and that's one of the reasons why I still loved Yaskue. And it made me feel for him even more because he was still loyal. Even in death, he was still like, I'm still your guy. I'm still here for you. I'm going to do what you say.
That shit was real.
Yeah, man.
Because he took him. Why is he not clean? I was like, oh, damn, that's a black joke. Damn, y'all messed up.
Yeah, man. Like, I will say they did stick true to the history with the racism for sure. When they first ran into him, they were like, get this man clean. The real warrior needs to be clean.
I knew exactly what he meant when he said
yeah.
I was just like, for real, bro. And then he was, this man does not be clean. I don't know. I'm black. What? Yo, the facial reactions of some characters, Sasha, Yasuke's boss, and everything of them seeing a black person for the first time, like, oh snap, that's what you look like. And I'm like, yo, how many people have been through? I mean, they were just like, oh snap, so that's what they're doing over there. I was just like, it's funny for me to see their expressions every time. It's just like they've never seen a person of color before. It's really funny.
And that's true to history because when I learned about the real Yaskue, that's exactly what they did. He saved somebody's life and they brought him into their clan and they tried cleaning him and they didn't know what to expect because it was the first dark person they've ever seen. And I just thought that was funny that they kept that in there.
That was so dope.
It was just nice to see another black protagonist in the anime for sure.
Now the voice of him, was that Lakeith?
Keith?
Is it Lakeith? Is that his name?
I know who you're talking about. So I didn't watch the dubbed version. I always, me being a big anime fan, I watched it in sub. So I enjoyed it like that. I do plan on watching it dubbed for the second time because I do want to hear his work because I do respect him as an actor.
Yeah.
And I was excited when I first heard they got him as the voice actor. So I will go back and rewatch it dubbed. But as of now, I've only watched it sub. Did you watch it dub?
I watched it dub because I was watching it with my buddy. You already know him, so he does all the dub stuff. But I only wanted to watch it dub just because I'm so used to doing sub and like the way my eyes work. But it was nice to. I was wondering. I heard rumors that Lakeith might be doing the voice, so I was just like, let's peep it. And then when we were watching it, I had forgot about it for a split second, and then I was just like, wait a minute, bro, did I just hear Paperboy's boy? Like, I was just like, yo, let's get lit. I was like, I'm happy for this, but I will watch it in sub because I mean it's such a short series, so it means it's really easy to breeze through. So like, I big ups to Mappa for taking the step to do something like that because I mean we only had Mr. Popo for so long. I can't do it no more.
I can't believe you brought up Mr. Popo, man. That was
Bro,
one
I
of the
can't
most
believe they
fucked up
made Mr.
racist
Popo.
characters. They felt so bad they made this nigga blue, bro. But all right, man. All right, now that we're done talking about Yaskue, let's jump right into the next topic. Let's go on to another streaming service who dropped a dope animation. I'm gonna say animation. I'm not gonna call it an anime.
That's
but it was called Invincible.
Ooh, yeah.
And I did watch this one dub, and it had my boy Glenn from the Walking Dead voicing the main character. So I was really excited. He's one of my favorite actors. How did you feel about Invincible, man? What was going through your mind watching that? Because that was one fucked up, unbelievable journey.
First of all, I want to give the big ups to Invincible because it literally did what it should have done with like most animated Justice League shows, but it's just like it's so much deeper because they're trying to teach you just how fragile life is. Oh man,
they did such a good job, especially in the finale, man. That was
so much blood.
Omni, man, he let you know how insignificant human life really is.
Talking like Frieza, bro. Like talking like
no. Nobody's as bad as Frieza. Frieza's a racist fuck, but
but Omni-Man, could you not like? I won't say racism, but he straight up frowned upon the entire species of human. Like he was ready for genocide. Like when he just did that.
When he told his son Mark, when he straight up said, "Your mother is nothing but a pet to me."
Pet to me. Oh.
Yo.
And Mark still couldn't hit him hard enough. I was like, bro, my dad said that to me. Like, bro,
there's nothing you could do.
That's the Peter Quill vibes he just gave off. I was just like, oh, wait a minute. You said you did what? All right, let me punch you. Like, but Omni-Man, what he did on that other planet, when he went through the portal, and he did in like 3 days, he just decimated an entire planet, then made them. Spoilers. I don't.
No, it's all about spoilers. If they haven't seen it at this point, it's on them.
Yeah, like he made them build a portal machine for him to go back home, and then dropped a goddamn city on them. I was just like, bro,
boss
like,
life.
Bro, that's like some like Superman Darkseid mess. Like that was crazy. I thought that was really cool. I even thought the replacements for the Guardians of the Globe were really dope because they were nowhere in their league. Like dude throwing coins, blowing up. That girl who could turn to mad people, she died so many horrible ways.
Yeah, she did.
Like, they just ripped her apart, and I was just like, "That's crazy, man."
So, bringing up Duplicate though, like she was one of my favorite characters because she was a savage. When she was sleeping with Buddy in the bathroom, and then she even tried to cover for him.
Yeah.
He's like, are you having sex with him right now?
She's not even the real one. And this chick was like, all of us are the real one. I was just like, damn, dude.
But no, with Invincible, I was really happy as just a comic book fan and a manga fan. You know, the character growth they gave Mark, I thought it was unbelievable. And the storytelling they did with all the different characters. I forget Buddy, who's basically like Luke Cage. He turned to a rock. I forget his name.
Yeah, the dude who took over the mob thing.
Yeah, when he took over the mob. I'm excited to see him because after that, we didn't see him anymore. So I know we're going to see him again in season 2. But when he he played Mark so good. And I did not see that coming.
Hey, he did it for his family, though. I can't be mad at bro. That was some good playing. Like, now he's the boss.
And his wife was so happy.
Bro.
His wife was so happy.
That DJ, that like Daft Punk DJ bad guy who was before him when he took his feet.
Yeah, that was mad corny, bro.
He had all the answers. I thought it was funny shit. Because he just like knew everything. And he was just like, yeah, you're nothing. You need to work for me. Shut up. I was just like, he's calculated every answer you have. So I thought that was really dope. I thought the whole series was dope. I thought Omni-Man's, I don't want to call it descent into madness, but like his rampage, like what he did, like that first episode ended and everybody was like, okay, cool, shits and giggles. And then it kept going and you heard the Russian Flash talking to his girl. That's big, like the nightmare apocalypse vibes in that show. Just Darkseid wasn't there. It was just Superman messing everything up.
Now, would you compare him to Superman, or would you compare him to another Amazon show with a character like Homelander? Just like the animated Homelander.
I wouldn't even. Homelander was too dumb for me. Like he could like he knew he was sinister, but he was just too dumb. He needed like direction. Me, I would go more with more like Hyperion from Avengers. Like
okay.
he had big Hyperion vibes, and like if it wasn't that, it would be. I just recently saw the episode of Black Suit Superman where he works with Lex Luthor, and Omni-Man was basically him, but like not as dark. But if you watch the Snyder cut and you see Superman burning people he loves and all that, I'm like, yeah, that's Omni-Man on it. Like your mom's a pet to me. Like, ooh, what was his name? Seal. Like the dude who ran like the CIA. The dude who looked like Bobby Hill with the aviators had his spine just absolutely grabbed. I thought that was the most savage death in the show. Like he straight up was just like, I'm gonna press this button, and he grabbed his whole spine column like Sub-Zero, and then he was just like, it's been an honor. Hit the button.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought the most savage death in the show. There was a lot of crazy kills in this
train.
Show. The train scene was wild, but my favorite scene was before that. So when they were fighting in the field after that alien, and the what Cecil sent the jets after him.
Yeah.
And then the black jet fighter who got ejected and Mark did everything he could to save him. And then all of a sudden he comes over, he's like, you see how much energy you wasted doing that? Why would you do that? Splat. Yeah. And the body just rested in his hands, bro.
Dude, when he thought he caught the lady out of the building and it was just her arm. I was just like, bro, what is going on?
That was dope. I'm not gonna lie, that was sick. I felt the emotion in there. I could feel the dude's pain, man. Like if you can do that, man, and it's an animation, that's how you know you got good storytelling.
Yo, to like have all the power in the world and be that helpless to like stop people from like, Omni-Man literally made us look like ants, and we were in Sid's backyard from Toy Story. Like it was some savage shit. Like he was just burning everybody. Like he said, their lives are meaningless. And I was just like, bro, but like sometimes it scares you in life because soon you'll be a distant memory sometimes. So it's just like for him to say how little our lives were, and that I was just like, oh, he's getting deep. He's got Madara vibes right now, bro. Like,
I mean, like I honestly I felt what he was saying and I understood. And he legit tried to beat that into Mark. He's like, look, you're going to be over 500 years old or 1,000 years old before you even look like you're 30, bro. Like all these people are going to mean nothing to you in another 100 years. So why do you care? Like, and when he corrected himself at the end, he's like, I should have raised you the right way. He knew he fucked up. Like you can't raise him soft like a regular human and then expect him to just switch like that.
Like imagine your dad knocking your teeth out. You must have really fucked up.
I mean, that happens to people all over the world all the time. But I mean, you got to really do something to piss off your dad like that.
Okay. Or just have a very aggressive dad.
All right, man. So what do you think is going to happen next with Invincible? What are your thoughts moving forward?
I liked how they ended it where the one-eyed alien asked him what is he going to do, and they peppered in everybody. He's battled, rebuilding, and all that good stuff. So it's going to be nice to see him and the Guardians of the Globe and Adam and Eve, do their thing, and hopefully they add more characters. I'm interested to see what happens with Rudy Robot. I'm really want to see like him go further because he can control machines.
Yo, not to cut you off, but like what Rudy did, like on his own, like we saw him plotting the whole show, but for him to turn himself into a human and like kill his original body with that little mutated fucked up slug,
that was emotional.
That was weird, bro.
He was just like, yo, you knew what the deal was. He was like, I need you to live a better life. I was just like, damn, this is sad.
Do you think he picked the wrong person to get the genetics from?
Oh,
because he took it from Rex.
Well, it's because Rex is the most oblivious one. And then at the same time, who else was in the group that Monster Girl would probably be attracted to?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I would have been more excited if he got DNA from Mark and then you had another like Viltrumite.
That would have been an interesting show. Don't put it past it. It could happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, especially since he has the technology now. Mm. But going back to the technology part, because without Rudy the robot, you wouldn't have ever got that dude Immortal back. And the fact that dude came back just to die again.
Immortal was Vandal Savage. I was like, yes. I was just like, this is awesome. He was straight up Vandal Savage. He had that same backstory. He had the same great life. And then he just came, bro, when he came flying in and started punching the hell out of Omni-Man, I was just like, yo, bro, yeah, get those engines because you know he's going to chop your head off again. So I was just like, get your licks in now. And then Mark can, I don't know, call an ambulance. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I feel like that's not the last we've seen of Immortal. The fact that those guys were able to put him together,
yeah,
he got all hyped up and went out, like you said. He just immediately started throwing punches. Didn't even want to talk. I feel like we will see him come back again.
I hope so. Because the way they all died was savage. Fish dude.
That's what made me excited for the show, because I'm not gonna lie, after, like you said, the first episode was like shits and giggles. I thought it was kind of corny, but it only got better.
Once the credits rolled, it was over. Like, that was solidified great show. Like, I didn't even finish the rest of the season. It was episode 1, and I lost my shit in those last 5 minutes of the show after the credits. I thought it was amazing.
Bro, now the most upsetting thing for me throughout the entire season was Mark's relationship with Amber.
Yeah, that was annoying. Wait, Amber or Eve?
No, Amber, his girlfriend, the one they kept breaking up and getting back together.
Kick the dude in the nuts. Yeah,
especially when they went to go visit the college. Like, I don't understand why he still had a lie. I just don't understand that part of the writing, and the fact that she knew the whole time. It was obvious. I don't know how he didn't pick up on that. But I mean, like, I understand they're still trying to show that he's just a high school kid and he's still an idiot at some points.
Yeah.
But like, it really pissed me off that this dude wasn't just open, like, yeah, bitch, I'm invincible. Get dig down. Like, what's up?
It made me mad is that she knew and then still threw a fit. And I was just like, well, what do you want the kid to do? He's got like people's blood on his hands right now. Exactly. I think keeping his identity secret is most ideal right now. So
I do think it's all foreshadowing to we're going to see him end up with Adam Eve. I think we are going to see that relationship happen.
It has to. They're a dynamic team. I didn't know she could do all the things she does. That was crazy.
When she flew out to the wilderness and just created a house with lights and a bed. Like, she just created everything. When she woke up in the morning, she legit just whoosh. She was showered, dressed, coffee was made. I was like, yo, what?
She was just like clean, bro. I was like, this bitch done gave herself a vaccine for the 3rd time in a week right now. She don't even have to shower, turn the water on. No mortgage, no man, no kids, no pets. Got the whole woods and opportunity. I was just like, Eve is that chick, straight up. It's a pink Green Lantern with charisma. I'm with her. I'm with her all the way for the show. I hope she doesn't die.
Now, real quick, right? Do you think it's gonna be something like The Boys, where like there's the government is like turning certain people into heroes and villains?
This is Cadmus, like from Justice League. This is Amanda Waller, like making her like Suicide Squads and shit like that. That's exactly what it is, and I love that vibe because the government has to be the bad guys, even though they're trying to protect the world because they have to make tough decisions.
So you think Cecil's behind everything?
Cecil, I don't think Cecil's behind everything. I think Cecil's working what he got because he's straight up. How many times Cecil was just like, fuck it, let's try this. He was just like, he's like, I'm out of options unless your son want to fight your husband. Your son's getting killed by your husband, and let's get some teleporters and get him out of there. I was like, bro, this dude, there was no stopping Omni-Man. Like, he was beating his son to death, and the thought of his son playing baseball stopped him and sent him off. If he comes back with his nation, like he comes back with the Pilgrims, like Pilgrims with a V. Like, if he comes back with them, bro, it's gonna be a ride.
The Vilgrumites.
Bro, I like how J.J. Simmons played him. That was really good. We couldn't pick the better voice.
Yo, he did do a good job. But the most emotional part of the whole show for me was the fact when he was talking to his son, Cecil and the crew was still filming, and his wife witnessed and heard everything, bro. Yo. She heard everything that was said. Imagine being with somebody for so long and hearing those words come out, and then your son is just getting killed right in front of you, and you know you can't do nothing. I can't even imagine what that would feel like.
That's terrifying. That looks like an awful and terrible feeling. What was her name? Debbie. His mom's name was Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie.
Debbie. Debbie lived so privileged, bro. I've never seen a woman straight up get up and be like, maybe I'll go sell some houses today, but let's go to France and get some crepes. I was like, yo, what?
Hey, can you go to Italy and get that pizza I like?
She flew, she had to order bratwurst for her son because they went in the morning, so she ordered it online like Amazon. And I was just like, that's savage, bro. I was just like, but at the same time, it was funny because they were all mad, like just mad PDF, like just mad like public display of affection with those two. And then like Mark's like reaction to all of it was just really funny. Like he was the best. He was just like, can you guys at least wait till I leave for something?
Yeah, it was
like,
perfect.
So I thought that was all pretty funny. Mark's mom walking in on the bathroom. Like the show started off spicy. Once it got into Mark, and then you had the typical kid. Mark's working at Burger King and McDonald's. When he tossed that trash in the air, I was just like, yo.
His reaction was like, yes. He's like, I knew it.
He was just like, about time. I was like, that is the only reaction you can have right now because you've been waiting for so long. And then he like tried to break the news, and his dad was just like, I don't know shit. I was just like, yo. Oh, good shit.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for season 2 and what's to come, especially with all the plot holes. They have so much to fill in. We have so much to learn. I'm very curious to see where they go moving forward. But all right, man, we're done with Invincible. We're gonna move into the next topic, and I know this is something you've been waiting to talk about. And once again, this is all spoilers. If you haven't seen it yet, that's on you. You did it to yourself. It's been more than long enough. We're gonna jump into Demon Slayer right now. It's killing. It's killing the ratings everywhere.
Which blows my mind. I'm hoping everybody in the millions of the world just went and saw it once and then was done with it. That's it. Like, because that's how I felt. I mean,
I know handfuls of people that went to go see it 2, 3, 4 times.
Oh, then they're wasting their money. I'm sorry. I'm going to sit here and say off the rip, I went to see it. I was expecting way too much with how the beginning of the series ended. So when we saw... What was the name of the dude with the mouths on his hands? I was going to look that up from Moving Train. But we know the villain of the story who puts everybody on the train and just sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
What made me mad is it was a typical episode. Like, that's stuff that happens in regular episodes during the season, and you made it into a giant movie. And sorry, I saw it in dub. Whoa.
That was your mistake right there, bro.
Well, my friend watches dub. We've covered this. So, like, that's my excuse. So we went to see it, and I've never heard Inosuke's voice. I've never heard their voices American made, and I was just like, "What the hell is Inosuke?" It sounds like Inosuke sounds like Ralph, not Ralph. The dude goes at The Simpsons. Like he sounds like he's just him, and I was just like, whatever. But the movie, the fight scenes, there was probably only 2 very spicy fight scenes. And if they didn't do what they did in the end of the movie, where they brought in one of the upper 3 to fight, what was my fire guy's name? Help me out.
I don't remember his name. Hold on a second. Right. I watch way too much anime, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised you know half the names you know. But I digress. Like, they had that big fight in the end. That was awesome. But at the same time, you guys hyped up my guy, and you made it an origin for Tanjiro. This movie had so much crime. Rengoku. Beast. Like his dream to his little brother and all that stuff, his father just being a dick, like that like it was dope to see his upbringing and how strong he was. But bro, when they introduced him, it was like tasty. Just like grubbing like meal after meal.
Is that what he was saying in the dub? Just tasty.
In the dub, it's just tasty. I was like, what the fuck? But it's funny as shit. I was like, this is hilarious. I was like, more. He said tasty like 12 times. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, that was probably the best part of the movie for me, is him saying tasty. But it just felt really weak how they used the train as the body of the villain. And I was like, dude, if that dude got powers from the main demon,
yeah,
why didn't he come a little harder, like the upper 3? Like, or if that, but like, that's what I figured that kind of yes and no saved the movie was that final fight with Rengoku in the upper 3, which I thought was one of a great design character. I haven't seen him since he was like a shadow on like in the back when all the other demons fail. So like it was dope. His design was really good. His attitude, his character, I thought that was really good because he was just like, "Yo, bring that sauce. Where's the juice?" And he brought that juice back. But the fact that Tanjiro lost his sword in this demon made me a little upset because
you should. I was bullshit with it.
I was just like that. I'm like, there's no direction for that. I'm glad Nesco got up, but like she kept getting hurt. And I was just like, yo, this is not much shine for her right now. She should be doing a little bit more. But all in all, I thought the movie, like I said, I saw it in dub. I haven't seen it in sub. I've seen what it had to work with. So I'm gonna go watch it in sub and hopefully get my Yaskye's voice back in my head and wash out dub garbage. I'm sorry. Whoever did the studios, y'all already got my money. So I'm sorry. But it was just like, I just think like when it comes to dub, y'all really try to make us cringe. And the sub manga readers and like you guys really want us to cringe. Like y'all can hire anybody and y'all hire the same people all the time. Like Armin, like that was, I don't know what crack y'all was smoking when that happened, but whatever. That's just dumb.
I feel like when it comes to the dub cast, and this is any anime, you're looking at the same people with the same voices and almost everything. There's probably like between 20 and 30 different voice actors that you always hear.
Yep.
Not only that, I feel like they try to like make it like PG rated to where it's friendly for everybody, because I think America still has it in their heads, even when it's something as brutal as Demon Slayer, that it's still for kids. It's not meant for adults. And I think they need to get over that wall, and they need to actually open up their mindset to like, hey, this is what's going on. They need to look at what people are doing with like Invincible, or like look at what they did in the past with Cowboy Bebop or fucking Afro Samurai. And, and like stick to that format, because what they're doing right now is not it. I thought the animation in the movie was amazing. I love the music that they had going with the fight scenes. Like they know how to get you into the moment. But I was never really a big Demon Slayer beforehand. And it's crazy because I'm all about samurais and I'm all about the sword. But the writing and the storytelling in this anime, the manga, even the movies, it was never there for me. It was all about the fights. That's why I watch it. That's why I love it.
Like I said,
that's why I can't put it up there with the top
season.
What'd you say?
That's why I said they came out so spicy in the first season, like the whole Spider family and all that. Everyone getting through they came out so hot, and then they just kind of peppered off the way. Like I haven't seen the ending, but after seeing Mugen Train, I've seen the trailer for the new season, and I'm not too excited. But I mean, I'll eventually get to it. But it's just like it's not high on my radar right now.
Have you read the manga? Are you caught up on the manga?
No, but I had a very big spoiler spoiled to me towards Tanjiro. Just scrolling through Instagram. So like I don't know how it's gonna end up, but I know that eventually like him and his sister are like their father are of different breeds.
Spoiler alert.
I didn't say different breed. That's all I said. I said
no, you're right. You're right.
Like because I love Tanjiro and his father's design, like their entire draw up and design, like when they have the blue robe and the earrings, like and the hair. Like I think that's a dope design. So the artwork, the fight scenes, the music, the like all the lights and stuff. Like, do you know how epic you felt when Tanjiro sliced through the Spider Kid's neck and like did the and then Nezuko did the fire thing at the same time?
Bro, I remember sitting down watching that and jumping up with excitement. It's just one of those moments that you were so amped that you couldn't sit still. And like I fucking love that, but it's just, but you're right, man. They do everything right besides the storytelling.
They bring that energy, and I appreciate that. So I mean, Mugen Train dubbed. If I watched it sub, I might have felt different, but at the same time, the way the plot played out with them not actually fighting the other guy who could just make it go, bro. First of all, big ups to Tanjiro offering himself in his dream every single time to come back, bro. I was like, yo. Like I grabbed my neck in the theater, like he was just, and then he was about to do it again, and then he was like, "Yo, bro, this is the real world. You guys, what were you dreaming of, bro? Let's do
some Inception shit, bro."
Bro, he was listening to Eminem, fucking in his first breakout career with all the pills and shit. Like he was killing himself over and over and over again. And I was like, "Yo, bro, that is gangster." Like Tanjiro is feeling it, but it's not real, and he just keeps, damn, bro. I don't have the steady hand nor the that's what Jonah Hill said in Superbad. No, not Jonah Hill. Glove, and he was like, "You don't have the steady hand or medical background to perform such a procedure." So, and I was just like, "Yeah, I couldn't knock myself with my sword every time." That was scary.
Yeah, no, that was some dark shit. And I will give them that. They did have some creative stuff in there to make it entertaining for the viewer. But for me, the everyday anime fan, I'm not sold on the anime as a series. I feel like it's really overhyped. I feel like just the fight. I feel like a lot of anime nowadays, they just have to have good action in order to get people hyped up. Like, I love Attack. I think Attack on Titan is much better than Demon Slayer, but people say Demon Slayer is like the greatest thing that ever touched the earth.
No, I think that's just children talking.
Yeah, exactly, man. So we're going to be doing a lot of movie, anime, TV reviews. We're going to either do pass or play. That's going to be giving you the yes or the no. So for Mugen Train and Demon Slayer, what are you saying, man? You're going to give it a pass or a play?
First of all, I was muted. I'm going to give it a, you know what? I'll give it a play if you watch it in sub. But I mean, for me and you as the anime fans, I just wouldn't put it in my top, but I'd still give it a shot. Like, you still get to see the artwork. You still get to see just watch it in sub. Like,
yeah.
that was rough for me, bro. I was just like, yo, it's making me cringe. Like, this is my stuff. I love anime, but like, it was pretty rough. Because Toonami does a lot of this mess. Like, I haven't really followed dub since the original Dragon Ball Z with Cell games and stuff.
That's the only dub I watched because that's what I grew up with. I
appreciate Cell's voice, even Vegeta's voice. Like, I appreciate those voices, but it was just like you said, once it got to a certain point, they kept using the same voice actors over and over. And it's not even Cell or Vegeta. Yeah. It's like other people with the same one. But I appreciate the artwork of it. So I mean, give it a play, watch it in sub, and then like you'll get to that end fight and you'll be like, well, at least there was that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a play as well. I wouldn't pass on it just because you're gonna miss out on beautiful animation, and that's what first captivated me in the first place with Demon Slayer. The art style is amazing, and it's just beautiful fights. And
the water style, oh man, the dragon.
Yeah, they did such a good job, and there's no way you can pass up on that. And if you love it, by all means, I'm happy for you. I love it too, but once again, it's not in my top. Because once again, the storytelling's not there. You see the One Piece posted to my side. You're going to have to get me sold on storytelling if you're going to want to beat me. Yeah. I got all the One Piece figures right behind me. I got Naruto right behind me. I got Dragon Ball Z behind me. I got a giant wall of all these different animes, and I don't got anything Demon Slayer in my house. I got almost every anime in here. I got nothing
where's he
Demon
going
Slayer.
With this? And then he was like, and I don't have one. Figure up.
I mean, that's a lie. I do have the first volume. I collect manga of every anime series I love, and I have the number 1 volume for Demon Slayer, but that's as far as I go. I don't got anything else. But once again, I will give it a play. And for those listening, and if you do watch dub, I'm not hating on you. As long as you support anime and manga, by all means, watch it however you want to watch it. Listen to it however you want to listen to it. I don't care. I
watched Full Metal Brotherhood in dub, and I was like, all right, I can do this just because I enjoy the Alphonse voice and his brother Ed's voice. Like, there's other characters who they just need to stop bringing the same people. That's it. Ed's one of them. Ed's in a few voices, but at the same time, the story of Brotherhood was just so good. Even the original Full Metal, that they were just so good that like dub didn't matter. Like, I was.
And we're gonna talk about Full Metal and Brotherhood in other episodes because we're gonna take a deep dive into our favorite animes moving forward and the top animes of all time and what we believe to be so. And that's another one that we grew up watching in dub. Full Metal, Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho. All those Rurouni Kenshin. These are all shows I grew up in dub, and then I fell in love with sub because I wanted to catch up on other stuff like One Piece. I started watching that when I was 9. And then all of a sudden, if I wanted to watch more, I had to watch it in sub. And then the dub was just fucking terrible. I can't stand the voice actors.
For DBZ, I got to finish the final Cell games, and then they did Gohan Grew Up. Yeah. And like all of it was dub. And I had a weird channel that like only aired at a certain time on Sunday, bro. I got all the original like tracks on my Spotify. So like, I just straight up bought that. I bought like old Dragon Ball Z jams that are like not even in my language.
That's what we're gonna have to do in our next episode. We're gonna have to talk about the top anime intros and outros.
So many.
So you're gonna have to start working on a list, man, because that's gonna be crazy.
I'll just put my list up. It's my Spotify. It's like they're all
we'll share it in the link. Don't worry. We'll give it to you.
Oh my God, dude. You know how many times I bumped friggin' Silhouette just drive down the street to the friggin' season opener?
I know when we're playing games against each other, you got to have those anthems going to get you in the mood.
Yeah. Helps you get good shots. Doesn't help you win all the time, but it helps you get.
Yeah, you're still gonna take those L's. It don't matter.
You know what? That's fine. I'll drink it. All of it. Let's just like it's all about friendship. That's what my other guys say. It's all about friendship. All about love.
All right, man. On that note, we're gonna keep the intro theme going. We're gonna go into one of the most iconic intros for this next movie we're gonna talk about, and that is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, man. Now, I personally was so excited for this. After King Kong vs. Godzilla, I couldn't wait for the few weeks to pass so we can watch it on HBO Max, man. I was so amped up. And then they released the hype video with the first 10 minutes of Scorpion versus Sub-Zero.
I didn't watch that. That's why I didn't watch it, because I watched it in the movie and I was like, "This is 10 times better." This feeling right now.
Well, here's the thing, man. I watched it, and I'm not the guy. I don't watch intro videos, and I don't watch previews because I don't want spoilers. But I watched that because I couldn't wait. I was so hyped up, and I regret watching it because I was so hyped up and I enjoyed every second of that. To when I watched the movie, I was let down because you watched the entire movie, man, and you could tell me if you agree or not. But the first 10 minutes, that cinematography that you see between Scorpio and Sub-Zero and that dude's family and like what they did. And then all of a sudden you fast forward into the future to where you see his descendant.
Yeah.
And it was just, to me, it was trash. Like, how do you go all in on the first 10 fucking minutes of the movie? And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, give him that VHS quality. Like, to me, and this is just my personal opinion, I think they did a good job of making an introduction video and like showing you the Mortal Kombat world and, some people, how you can earn the logo or the symbol and then other people are born with it. I thought that was dope. I'm excited about what's going to happen. But for the first movie, I thought it was trash. Mm-hmm. Especially the new character they created for the movie. I was so confused on who this guy was. And I was questioning myself and like, am I a fan? Who the hell is this? Why do I not know who this guy is? It got to the point where I waited till after the movie to actually Google it because I felt stupid. And I found out they legit made a whole new character for the show. And I was like, okay, wow, it's not me. But I was beating myself up the whole movie trying to figure out who the fuck this guy is. And I felt, I just felt I was really upset, man, because we all grew up playing Mortal Kombat. Yeah, playing through all the stories, playing with your friends. So for me to like freak out throughout the whole movie, just beating myself over it just for no reason, I couldn't really enjoy it. I couldn't enjoy it.
That's understandable.
What were your thoughts on it, man?
All right, I went into it fully expecting a video game movie, so my expectations were not set high for Mortal Kombat, but I was very excited for the movie and the casting and who they chose after we had Mortal Kombat Legacy YouTube series.
The casting was great, by the way.
The casting was very great. I'm not, no bullshit. Jax looks like my landlord. Like, I swear to God, they stole my landlord and put robot arms on him. Bald, mustache, everything. The voice, like, goddamn. Like,
hold on real quick. I don't know if you saw the meme, but there's a meme of the dude who played Jax, and it looks just like Steve Harvey. So now Steve Harvey's head cropped all over Jax, all over the internet. And that's just fucking hilarious.
Show me the text. Like, he's just up there with metal arms. Welcome to the family feud. But I thought who they picked. I was very excited for who they had play as Bihan, Sub-Zero. I was very excited for who they picked as Hanzo for Scorpion because he's been in so many movies over decades. I think he's in one with Keanu Reeves. I don't know if it was 12 Ronin or something like that. He was also in Avengers where Hawkeye was Ronin and he had a sword fight with him in the middle of the street before Black Widow found him. So he's been in a lot of movies for years. I was very excited to see him in that. I was very excited to see who they had playing as Shang Tsung. He was in Dark Knight. He was in the Dark Knight. He had the scene with the Joker. I can't remember what Raiden was from, but they picked a lot of interesting people. They made Liu Kang weird. I thought they should have did that because
I was upset with the Liu Kang casting too. I was also upset with Sonya Blade, not because she wasn't a good actress, because I thought she did a great job. It's just, to me, I feel like Sonya Blade's supposed to be sexy as hell, and that woman was.
Oh no!
She was she's a pretty woman. Don't get me wrong, but
I hear you on that. But I thought that I thought it was an okay pick because I can't remember what I've seen her in before. But I will say, I enjoyed her and Kano together because that's what I was looking forward to the most. Because
Kano was the star of the movie. If Kano wasn't in that movie, it would be trash. I would be. You needed that comedic effort. Bro. You know, he kept the movie going. You know, without him, I feel like it would have been nothing. It would have been a waste of time.
Bro, I will have to say that I was looking so forward to Kano because he was also in a show with Don Cheeto on like Showtime or something. But it was just Josh Lawson. Is that who it was? Played by Josh Lawson.
Yeah, is that the guy who plays Kano?
Yeah, Josh Lawson. He also he's got a lot of awards, but like he was in. How do I do this?
What else was he in? I've never seen him before.
House of Lies, The Little Death, the Paul Hogan story, Hogs. Long story short, Becoming Bond at the 11 o'clock. But he was in House of Lies with Don Cheeto and the girl who plays Sarah Marshall. She was Veronica Mars too. Forgot her name.
But, Kirsten Bell.
Yes, Kristen Bell. Yeah,
I know her because she's married to Dak Shepard. Also, you know, Frozen, but whatever.
Dak's all over the place. So it was he was in House of Lies. But I have to say, I'm watching this show called Bluey with my kids, and it's about an Australian dog family. And Kano was exactly what I needed in that movie. Like he just came in fire, pepper, just throwing salt into the fire. Like he did not care. He was just like, yo, let's talk a bunch of shit. He was on point every time. Like, Cole, let me go. And he was just like, nah, sit tight. Oh, cool. I was just gonna go for a strong. Oh, fuck yourself. I was just like, yo, like, I was like, but what Reptile did to his face, jeez,
that was dope though.
That was Reptile did end up looking like a giant iguana, but I still thought it was dope.
Yeah, I was upset about that. I wanted it to be more like the Sub-Zero Scorpion type of dude where we see him in the green suit. Or like see some kind of human walking around. So I'm assuming that's a race, and we're gonna see like a hybrid in the sequel.
Yeah, because if you play the games, Reptile's race, they have an entire reptile race, just like the Baracus people, the Takatans. Like they still have. There's other civilizations out there because there's Outworld. There's the Underworld where Quan Chi and Scorpion's been the whole time. There's the place of the gods for like Raiden and them, like the elders. Like it's like Mortal Kombat so like condensed but so big at the same time. Like that's why when the movie, a lot of people like, that's what I said, like if you're not a Mortal Kombat fan and you don't know what's going on, the movie will not be for you because it was all over the place. But if you've been playing Mortal Kombat since 1992, 3, or whenever we started playing this shit, you know that we went to Outworld. There's Melina. There's this, there's that, there's this, the pepper, this, and that. Like, even had Shao Kahn's trophy, statue and shit. And I was like, word. They had even had Cabal. And I didn't see Cabal coming, but it's a nice tie-in with Cabal.
Cabal, I thought Cabal was dope in the movie.
He was really dope. The way his attitude, the way he carried himself, he was like, you're going to like Kano. He's a real asshole.
Yeah. And the fact that he was able to bring Kano over to the dark side so easily.
Facts. It was like, you straight up, he's like, you used to be something. You used to run. He's like, motherfucker, I am the Black Dragon.
Favorite scene. My favorite scene in the movie is when they're eating dinner. Yeah, he's like, pass me a fucking egg roll.
That was the best scene. Kano just like going at it with Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and they're telling him how much of a sloppy fighter he is, calling him a pig, a failure.
He's weak.
And he stood up and goes, I got a better idea. Why don't you both come get on your knees and take turns looking at my sack? And I was just like, Kano's about to beef with them right now. And Lou was just like, bro, I don't understand. He is here to protect you because you can't protect yourself. I was like, yo, leave him alone, guys. Y'all are being so mean to him right now. And he was just like, failure. Fucking
But
failure.
that's what we needed right there, because then he got his fucking laser. And he was a whole new person right there.
Better than your fireball, you pussy.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, shit. Like even Lou was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. Him and Kung Lao smile at each other because they got him so riled up to use his arcana. I thought that was beautiful. But at the same time,
man, what was your favorite fatality of the movie? You just name dropped Kung Lao. To me, he had one of the most badass ones with the bird bitch. That was wild.
Okay, yes, Kung Lao's was dope, but
he put the hat back on, just wiped the blood off.
Well, see, they didn't show too many fatalities. I mean, like Melina got shot, but it was the most dumbest fatality for her because Sonya did this extra flip, like somebody pressed up and right or up and left, and just
I love that you dropped the combo. I love that you just up and right.
But like she didn't do anything, and then like Cole's like a little help here, and I was just like, bro, this is the biggest Power Rangers vibe I've ever gotten in my life. Power Rangers, like Ivan Ooze is fighting these guys right now, and then Sonya shot a hole in her, and I was just like, why didn't you just do that from up on the high ground? Obi-Wan this chick. Like I was a little upset about that. But
I mean, to be fair, it did take everybody else a lot longer to learn their move or their ability. So Sonya got on pretty quickly.
Yeah, Sonya was fighting Kano in her little
Yo, when she was in her little house, bro, when she was in her house and she was coming up behind the floorboards and shit, that was dope, bro.
That was dope.
That was dope.
It's like, you owe me $3 million.
You know what I immediately thought of? You remember the movie House of Wax? Did you ever watch that? Oh my God,
yes, with Paris Hilton.
Yeah, you remember when they cut her Achilles? Oh man, bro. Yo, that's what I thought she was gonna do.
Back in like October. It came on AMC. I watch it all the time. It's on because I'm like, I appreciate those old films still trying. And like nobody beats a slasher. They're always gonna come for you. Like they don't die. So it's always fun to see they still do more.
I was disappointed with how they treated Jax in the movie. You know, they made him show up, look like he was a badass. Then all of a sudden he ends up in the warehouse versus Sub-Zero. That was fucking crazy.
I mean, if they didn't show that in the Red Band trailer, if they didn't show anything in the Red Band trailer, and I saw all that in the movie, I would have been like, I don't care if it's a bad movie. This is amazing. I waited and avoided all.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of good points in the trailer for sure.
They did like, oh, we're going to take Jax's arms away. And I was like, well, it's not a big plot you threw away, but I mean, it's going to be a graphic part that you want to show the fans for the first time in the theater. You don't want to show that on
I mean, they did get me on that though, because like when they fixed his arms, right? I wasn't expecting his ability to be getting beast arms.
Getting his arms, yeah.
That was kind of because I was like, I remember even Kano making fun of him, like, what the fuck are those?
Like they come in men's size, bro. I thought he was gonna take the dude with the hammer's arms because he had the big metal like sheets on his arm with the hammer. I'm like, take his, and no, this just comes out. He got his Arcana, and I was just like, is Arcana's robot arms?
Yo, but I will say this. I mean, they gave him superhuman strength because he lifted a giant boulder over Sonya Blade, which that part of the movie really upset me because when Kano blew up the statue with his laser and it landed on Sonya, Jax just comes over, picks up the boulder, and there's no damage to her whatsoever. Like a giant statue just fell on you. How are you walking away from that? So that part of the movie I had a beef with. But when Jax did his fatality and smashed Buddy's head, that was part of the movie.
Oh yeah, these motherfuckers will work. I'm like, that's what my landlord says. He's a mechanic. He says that all the time. Like, that's awesome. I thought the casting, because Jax, the character who plays him, he was in he started out in True Blood. He was Eggs in like the first 2 seasons, and then he was on Supergirl and he played Jimmy Olsen. He was the first black Jimmy Olsen. A lot of people got flagged for that. I thought it was funny, but whatever. I still watched Supergirl season 1, 2, and a little bit of 3. But he came from that show, so I was just like, it was kind of crazy looking at him. I'm like, well, the mustache just throws you off. He's still bald.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I appreciate that info because I didn't know that. I'm not a big DC guy. I'm pro Marvel. So I appreciate that info. I've heard nothing but good things about Supergirl, so I feel like I should sit down and watch it.
Season 1 was CBS, so they had a lot of rough shit to work with. I had to stomach through it, but it was good. What was dope was.
Wait, I thought that was always on CW.
No, they moved to the CW. Supergirl started on CBS and did not do good at all. Like graphic, like even the costume designs for the bad guys. That's what got me. The season 1 of Supergirl, they had a lot of special guest stars that were on Smallville. And that was really dope. They would have them come back to play certain characters and shit like that. But the costume design was so trash. And I was like, well, it's CBS. Like, you don't want to scare kids. So then they moved it to the CW, where she can like coexist with Flash and Green Arrow and Black Lightning. I used to watch like the first top 3, and then I just gave up. It was just too much. But as for Mortal Kombat, I thought Cole's whole story was just trash. Like Cole,
I agree 100%. I think he's a terrible protagonist.
And even the actor was just like selling it a little too much. And I'm like, you're not even really selling. Just like, I'm not a fan. You're not selling it because you're supposed to be this character that we don't know about. And he's sitting here trying to protect his family. I'm like, yo, Sub-Zero would have killed you guys in a heartbeat. It's crazy.
Yo, when we first introduced him, I thought they were doing a new take on Johnny Cage. I thought we were getting a different version of Johnny Cage.
That's what a lot of people said. I mean, even I had a vibe for that, but then like he just didn't give me a Johnny Cage vibe.
Yeah, no.
But
Especially, I mean, because they said, oh, he used to be one time like one of the best fighters in the world, and then he
that's what, yeah,
lost a
yeah,
step. So I was like, okay, I could see them doing something with Johnny Cage here. But I was excited at the end when you saw the Johnny Cage poster, and it's like, well,
yeah.
I'm going to Hollywood.
How cartoon was that Johnny Cage poster? It's like they took it right out of Mortal Kombat 10. Like the big cage belt. I was like, bro, like try a little harder.
Well, it's remember he's supposed to be a movie star, so it's going to be a corny movie poster.
Granted, but I just thought that like the whole Cole, like even Cole's Arcana, I'm like, what are you, Black Panther? Like you absorb hits and throw them back. I was just like, that is so tacky.
Yeah, I thought that was corny, bro.
It doesn't nothing to do with Scorpion's clan.
And the crazy part is, right when he got his Arcana, right, and then all of a sudden, they end up in the gym, and Sub-Zero freezes up his wife and his daughter. Rather than fight Sub-Zero, Scorpion shows up to fight Sub-Zero, and this dude just punching away at the ice trying to free his family. Like, I'd much rather see him team up with his ancestor and take out Sub-Zero and give us a dope ass fight scene versus just watching Sub-Zero fight Scorpion again. But terrible writing fashion, they didn't even think about that. So now we have to see this dude progress in the second or third movie. Who knows how long they're going to take to make this progress?
I'm wondering what the next game's going to be like, if he's going to be involved.
Well, now I want to ask you this, man, because now they're saying as long as it does good enough, which from what I know, people love the movie. People are excited about it. They want to see more, especially since we didn't get the tournament. That's one of the main reasons why I was unhappy with it.
There was no tournament.
How many more movies do you think we're going to get out of this? Because even now, there's a lot of people who are coming out and saying like, yo, the first movie was still better than this. But
I can understand that. But at the same time, this movie had the budget and the graphics that we needed for it to be rated R.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So I'll go ahead and say this. The second movie will probably be the tournament. The third movie will probably be like, I'm wondering what direction they'll go in, because like the video game, they're dipping in time now. They already did necromancy and brought dead people back. Now they're just going time. So I don't know where the movie's gonna go, but the movie, like, they threw a lot of hints out, like about Boraicho, like they threw out like Zarkadans. Like I'm interested to see where it can go with it, because Shang Tsung still answers to somebody, and he's gonna bring Noob Saibot and Goro's body. I'm wondering if he's gonna mutate Goro, or Kintaro's gonna come, or I don't know. I'm just excited.
But we still need to see Katana. I was very upset we didn't see Katana.
But that's what got me. I'm like, you didn't even bring Katana in this, and you already executed Melina. Like, what the fuck? Like, they need to have their beef. Or
you gotta. I mean, that dude, he swallowed everybody's soul. So I'm assuming we're gonna see Melina. We're gonna see Kano. We're gonna see everybody come back. I think they're all coming back.
Yeah, I hope so. I need Kano. Like you set up Kano for the metal plate right now with sticking the thing in his eye. So I think he deserves his due, because he made that movie. If he wasn't in that movie, it would have been so bad.
100%. 100%. So pass or play, man. What are you thinking?
If you're not a Mortal Kombat fan, you pass, because you won't know what's going on. But if you are like me and PJ, who know and understand what's going on in the story, definitely give it a play. You don't like it, just don't play it again. It's that simple. I mean, I've watched it maybe 6 times now. Like, like I even watched it when I do the dishes, like, just because the fight scenes were cool enough for me. And I can just watch Kano. Give me a movie of Kano. Me and my buddy were talking about it. Solo Kano movie. Make that happen.
No, I don't think he deserves his own movie, but I do think he should be a huge part of the second season.
Oh, bro, how? He was like, he carried that movie. He carried it. He was good and he was bad. Straight up, like, he was the best. I really loved him.
Now, I just made a comment that he should be the main focal point of the second season, because I don't think they should. I'm going to give it a
second movie.
I'm going to give it a pass. And the reason why I'm going to give it a pass is because I would not rewatch that movie. To me, you have to have replay value to get a play. So if you're a huge fan, by all means. But to me, like, that movie, I'd much rather see the sequel. Now, the reason why I say second season is because I don't think they should do another movie. I think this should be an HBO Max series. And I think they'll be able to do so much more with like 45-minute to hour-long episodes and giving us 10 episodes.
Okay, my rebuttal with that is I think that they should continue Legacy and keep it a different universe than what the movie did, and continue on with Legacy, because I'm still watching Legacy, and those were really, really good.
Yeah.
They used Michael Jai White for Jax and everything. Like, I enjoyed all of it. The girl from Star Trek Voyage, she's Sonya Blade. And I was just like, yes, I can see her being Sonya Blade because like she's a strong character.
I'm kind of upset they didn't take any of those castings on. Hey,
it is what it is.
Especially Michael Che. A lot of people wanted Michael Che White as Jax. I feel like he would have been a better pick.
I've met him in life. He got upset with me when I wanted an autograph one time. Like, I'm like, bro, you're Black Dynamite.
All right, so fuck you, Michael Che White. We don't like you, bro.
Don't do that. I'm a big fan of Michael Che White. He's done so much. And the man's a lethal machine, but he's like, he was so mad at me when I wanted an autograph because I couldn't decide from all the things he had. And like you can see his eyes roll, and I was like,
"So wait. So it's your fault? You just took too long."
Yeah, he's my dude. He's Spawn. He's Black Tiger, Bronze Tiger. He's fucking Black Dynamite, bro. Like, come on, like this man has been so many people, and like he's like one of the few black actors that you see continuing taking on roles and shit, like never back down to. I'm like, yo, he just wants to kick people and show you can knock your head off. So I'm with it. But Black Dynamite, that sold it for me.
You think he'll be in the new Spawn movie?
No, didn't they say Jamie Foxx was going to do it?
No, like, do you think they'll bring him in just for like?
It'd be nice. It'd be nice if he had a cameo. It'd be very nice.
He could play one of the homeless people.
Gives him a coat like he did in Batman Vegan. Nice coat. I gave it to you 15 years ago.
Well, all right, man. That's enough Mortal Kombat talk. I think we got our voices out on that one. We're going to move on to a friendlier streaming service. We're going to move over to Disney Plus, and we're going to talk about the long-awaited Falcon Winter Soldier series.
Big surprise for me. I didn't think it would capture me the way it did.
Really?
Like because we all knew Sam was going to be chosen, but I didn't know Sam was going to be like a puss about it. Like he straight up was just like, nah, man, not me. And like Bucky's going through this traumatic event of like, bro, if you're not good enough for that shield, I'm not good enough either. And Sam was just a dickhead in the therapy session. It's like, you happy? You got that out? I was just like, man, come on, let's do
that. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie, man. Because like, you know, it is as many movies as we've seen, as many cameos as we've seen, as many TV shows. You never got to really know these characters on a personal level.
I called for this as soon as they finished Captain America 2, and then they got to talk to Bucky, and you heard Bucky and Sam like when they fought Spider-Man in Civil War, or when Bucky was in the back seat, and he's like, "Can you move your seat up?" And he's like, "No." And I told everybody I was with that time, right then and there, I was like, they need something together because they're perfect.
And I thought the show was amazing, especially this dynamic duo of these two together. I thought it was a beautiful story, especially how they started off separated and then they came together. Yeah. I thought Disney did a good job storytelling and putting it all together. And like you said, you know, Bucky was going through his personal problems, saying like, yo, if the shield's not good enough for you, then that means that Cap was wrong about me too. Like, what am I supposed to do? And, you know, Bucky trying to find himself after all that time. He's only been human for a little bit, bro. You remember he's brainwashed for so long.
I was going to say, all he remembers is him and Steve serving together before he fell off the train.
Yeah.
And then the rest of his life is kill people.
Yeah, I mean, watching this dude try to date again was pathetic. It was very sad.
I thought it was funny how clearly after being in Wakanda for so long, my man Buck he's all about the chocolate. Like,
yeah.
Sam was like, "Don't you try to hit on my sister," and I was just like, "Bucky is all about." He's already playing dad with the two brothers, and I was like, "Bucky's all about that move." Hey, my name's Buck. It's like that's my guy. He's a man.
So what were your thoughts about, you know, the villains in the movie?
First of all, Zemo is my guy, but the Flag Smashers, I really I was waiting for a group like them because it's way too like a lot of people have their views on like how the world is, but like the Flag Smashers really have like lived in the grit. Like they kind of reminded me of like just like a rebel organization, kind of like the Akatsuki. Like they really were just like, nah, we got to send a message and let them know that their way isn't the way. We've been under the thumbnail for this long. The fact that they all had the super soldier serum, I thought was very dope.
Yeah, I did.
We didn't see because in Civil War, everyone thought Zemo was trying to bring them back, and when they finally saw him, he was just like, "You think I want more of you? Get out of here!" Like, yo, Zemo is my guy, bro. Like any given times, I was when he had the mask and everything. I'm like, yo, his coat alone.
Fire.
Oh, that's what I wear in GTA. I only buy that in GTA when I have the shark card. Like I only So Zemo knows that he's about that life. And then when like he had the chick cornered and he was about to kill her, and then he saw the serum, he was like, I would rather stomp the serum than end your life. He's like, I don't want this to go any further. But Zemo was my guy, dancing in the club.
I think a part of that too is right with the message of the Flag Smashers. I feel like a lot of people agreed with it. Even Sam agreed with it. It was just how they were going about it.
Exactly. And every time Sam was sitting there, like he actually got her to vibe on his level. Freaking what's his name would jump in, new Cap, and he'd be like, "Nah, I'm hyped up on Mountain Dew. I'm gonna come up here and kick shit." But like when his partner died, because I forgot who his partner is, but he was a comic book character. But like when he died and dude was just like, he's like, I wasn't the one who killed him. He's like, and the chick was like, it was just one life. It's meaningless the other. And he was just like, his life didn't matter. I was like, ooh.
I felt that frustration. And like when he killed the buddy that he chased down because of that, like
savagely. It wasn't even me. I don't care.
But I was happy to see that because you don't see too much darkness in the Marvel movies. I mean, yeah, you have the snap and all those people faded away, but you don't actually see the physical death. Yeah. And to see the dude who just became the new Captain America take the shield and bloody it right there on live TV or like to be shared around the world, that was fucking epic. And I was so happy to see that happen. Also because it made Sam realize like, yo, I fucked up.
Yeah, Sam really did a number in that series.
But I know, tying back into it earlier, like what you were saying earlier about Bucky calling out Sam, us being black men in America, we understand what it's like to be in the public eye. Not everybody, you can be loved by everybody around you, but as you go out into the world, not everybody's going to feel the same way, especially if they don't know you. Yep. So even like, when Sam came home to help his sister and they went to the bank, he's like, yo, I'm the Falcon.
He's trying to be like, yeah, and the dude was just like, yeah, no, we don't care. This is how we do things. And then, when Sam gave that whole speech to like the dude, the head of the council, whatever, at the end where all the police were there, and he was just like, yeah, we know that you run everything. So why can't you help the little people? Yeah. He's like, it's because of you that these people were helping support and hiding these people. Like they all feel the same way. And I was just like, hey, man, it's true. It's true. We come from a world like that, and it's sad and disgusting. Like, it was an eye-opener type of show because I wasn't expecting it to go in that direction, especially with Isaiah Bradley, the Black Captain America, before Sam, who was just like hidden in history. And I thought like his whole like that made me feel strong just hearing him like in his pain. Like he was just like, he's like, they did tests on me, they did this, that, and the other, but like color of my skin didn't stop how they treated me. And then Sam's like, yo, that's our country. I was like, yo, our country is built on blood, and I'm not going to get into it. But the show's was called Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I love how they ended it, Captain America and Winter Soldier. So I was just like, yo, they need to touch the points. These kids need to understand that like it's just kind of crazy right now, bro. Like it's a system that's been around for a long time, and I hope Sam and Bucky can bring the light to it because I wasn't expecting that show to be as good as it was after WandaVision. Like WandaVision.
Yeah, no, and I'm happy you touched on Isaiah Bradley. Because that's something that happened in our real past, where, Black soldiers were never given the credit that they were due. And, the fact that, Disney touched on that and, hit home for so many people because that dude sacrificed his life and put in so much work and effort, lost friends and family along the way. And he still got nothing for it. He thought he was going to be killed on the spot if they found out he survived. So for Sam to make sure he got his due justice in the end with the statue and, the shout out right next to Cap in the exhibit, I thought that was amazing. And I was so happy for him. And, I think everybody should be happy about what Disney did for that, especially what's going on in the world right now with the race war and the issues. I think that was pretty cool to shine a light on that.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was dope. And it's definitely the time to put everybody's eyes on situations like that because, I mean, there's just way too much news covering all the bad stuff. You need to understand like what it is to, just kind of have a soul and do right by people. And like Sam definitely tried to put that across in his final speech.
And that final speech, by the way, that was an epic moment. The fact that they did that in New York City and, it was on the lights and, he was wearing the Captain America suit. That was true to the comics right there. And I thought that was beautiful. Going back to what you said, though, about like it ending with as Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Did you see that they said they were going to call it Captain America and the White Wolf?
Oh, that would have been dope. No, but that was one of the funnier parts is when he was just like, "What? You spent some time in Wakanda? All of a sudden, you're White Panther? No, it's actually White Wolf."
Yeah. That to me was amazing. I was so happy to hear him say that.
Sam kept popping up behind Bucky, all sneaky, and Bucky's like, "What's the problem?" Like they're so good together. I loved it. I thought they were great.
And then they announced the movie that's coming next. So I'm very happy that they're going to get their own movie after the series. And
how dope was it when he had the girls from Wakanda show up? Like, I was just like, Bucky's still tight. And it was the one who helped him rehabilitate. I was like, this is awesome, bro. And they were just like, yo, you better give us Zemo. He was just like, give me 24 hours.
Do you think we'll see Zemo in Black Panther 2?
Oh, dude, Zemo was in the cell. How do you think Zemo ended up getting the final laugh in the end? Remember how it ended? Like, Zemo was like all smiling and shit because his plan ended the way he wanted.
Yeah, it all worked out in the end because he still ended up killing the Flag Smashers.
Yeah. No, isn't he in I think he's in, I don't know if he's in Wakanda or he's in the Raft, but like they have him. He's still alive. And,
isn't the Raft in Wakanda?
I'm not sure. I thought the Raft was in the middle of the ocean. Remember, they had Hawkeye, everybody from Civil War.
Oh, you're right.
In it, and you're right. There. Yeah. So I've seen the Raft in the cartoon shows too. Like, there's a lot of they have a lot of weapons as far as Captain America and Winter Soldier, because people who read the comics know Bucky eventually becomes Cap. Sam has become Cap. They're already announcing like the first Black girl, first Spanish girl, and all types of stuff becoming Cap. Like the world's changing with it, and I appreciate it. It's nice to see that stuff. But like, they have so much juice just with the Steve Rogers story.
I missed what you said there at the end there, but I'll ask you a question. This has probably to do with spoilers for the future, but I'm sure you already have your suspicions. We got to see Sharon Carter in this season. She was pretty badass. We ended up finding out who she really was and what was going on. Do you think she's really Sharon Carter?
As far as spoilers, as her being the broker, I didn't expect that. I did not see that coming. I was kind of hoping she was Skrull, because they only had brought the Skrull in Captain Marvel, which I enjoyed, but like, I need the Skrull invasion. Like, it's just way overdue. Like,
so to me, I think she is a Skrull. I think they hinted at the invasion with Spider-Man when he went back to school.
Remember how WandaVision ended and they had the Skrull go pick up Monica? I was hoping that same Skrull would come and find Sam and Bucky and be like, hey, we got space work. Like, fuck all this shit. We got space work. You want to put on the shield? Space work. And Sam's training with the shield, I thought that was really dope, because I was just like, how are they gonna make this man that beast? And then he was doing flips and all types of shit. And I was like, word, he's been watching Steve for a while.
The best part was the same flips and twists he was doing in the training. You see that actually play out in the fight scenes. So I was actually happy that we actually saw exactly what he was working on, because I feel like you don't see that happen a lot in anything.
Yeah. Just catching that shield coming at you flying hot.
Oh, now, where do you think this leads next? Like, do you think the broker is a Skrull?
I'm hoping the broker is a Skrull. I'm hoping that we get the secret invasion. I've heard rumors about it. I'm hoping that Sam and Buck bring it together and bring the team back, and they can meet up with Wanda. And Tony's gone. Bruce is done. We're gonna find out what happens with Odin's son in the Love and Thunder movie, which I'm very excited for. But to see where it's going to go and to see who, like, I'm very interested, because they brought Wakanda into it after the fact we lost Chadwick Boseman, and I was just like, yo, like, you guys have clearly got something planned, and I'm very excited to see what it is. And if they go with, everyone's like, oh, Michael B. Jordan died, and I was like, yes and no. I'm like, because like, they showed him like pass out, but like, there's no way that T'Challa was just going to be like, I'll let you.
I mean, with the medical staff that they have, they could easily bring him back.
They could have brought him back from the dead if they wanted to. Like, Wakanda has that technology, so I'm very excited to see Michael B. Jordan come back as Killmonger. But if he doesn't, I don't know about Shuri taking up the mantle, like in some of the comic books. They also still haven't touched Storm, and I'm still waiting to see what Disney does if they ever decide to do what they want to do with the X-Men, but Storm's a big factor into the whole Wakanda thing. So I want to see what they're going to do, and I want to see Bucky and Sam on the front line, since they're still in contact with the Royal Guard of Wakanda.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I think we're going to see in the next Black Panther movie, I think we're going to see the introduction of at least the Fantastic Four. Because a lot of people don't realize with the way they went in the comic books, they started off in Wakanda.
That's true. Yeah. There's a lot,
especially with Doctor Doom. I don't know if you saw the poster. Yeah. Did you see the poster of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever?
I saw the Wakanda Forever thing, yeah.
So if you notice, it's written in chrome, like that Dr. Doom metal chrome. Like, so I think it could be the introduction.
I heard rumors years and years back that there was an idea that Dr. Doom would take part of Wakanda.
Well, I'm also curious to see, because in the end game, when they were talking, like giving updates all around the world, they were saying that they were dealing with a lot of sea currents and underwater earthquakes. Yeah, so I think Namor is going to be introduced at some point as well. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen, especially if Secret Invasion is happening or Secret Wars is happening.
Exactly. I know you love Namor. That's your boy.
Namor. A lot of people don't know that's the first mutant. He's also one of the first big villains for a lot of the characters, but he also becomes one of the strongest Avengers. Yep. So like Namor, to me, like Doctor Doom is my favorite character, but Namor is a close second. It's like 1A, 1B. And these are two characters that I've been waiting to see come alive for the longest time. And I'm kind of pissed off because I think Jason Momoa would have been the perfect Namor, but then they cast him as Arthur Curry to play fucking Aquaman, which it doesn't make any sense because the dude's supposed to have blonde hair, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that. We're talking about Marvel right now.
People like it because it's sexy, okay? They like it because it's sexy. That's what they want.
Well, now I'm just curious to know who they're going to cast for Namor because they took away my casting.
Yeah. No, a lot of people. It was I don't know who I watched Justice League with, but Jason Momoa's line was just a lot of me and my buddy Baker. It was a lot of just really cool one-liners for him, like, all right, yeah. My man. And I was just like, man, he got paid millions of dollars to say that. And I was just like, I'm happy for him. But it was just like, I thought the direction they're going in, because I've played a lot of games like Injustice and all the Justice League games, and Arthur Curry really comes off as a pompous asshole, but he's the ruler of the seas. But the way they had Jason Momoa do it, where he didn't grow up in Atlantis, he was rejected, his people hated him, his brother's in charge, and his mother left him with his father on land. That was a dope story.
Yeah, it was a great story. I really enjoyed the movie.
I thought the movie was really good, dude. Black Manta? Black Manta?
Yeah, man, I'm excited
about him. Michelle Pfeiffer fought the guards in their friggin' living room. She beat the shit out of them. I was just like, get it, Michelle. That little Catwoman, Selena Kyle mess. I love it. Get it. That energy. 90s energy. That's what they need. Kids need 90s energy.
All right, man. Well, I know we just spiderwebbed a little bit. We just went off topic from Marvel, but we're going to jump back to Marvel, man. And we're going to drop into the Avengers video game and the horrendous shit show that's been. I know you're a big fan. I bought the game as well. I had my hopes picked up and just destroyed. What'd you say?
They made me choose sides. They were like, get it for Xbox, play with PJ. Get it on PlayStation, play with the other friends. I got on PlayStation, but it was like, this game sucks. And I was just like, I'm gonna keep trying. And then like everybody like uninstalled it for other games, which is understandable. But the fact that Sony told everybody like, yo, if you get it on PlayStation, we'll give you Spider-Man. And I was like, bro, you already gave us Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Why are you giving us Spider-Man for Avengers? Guess what? It's a year later and I still don't have Spider-Man. What the fuck? Like, that's a messed up mess because they've already, bro, when they announced Kate Bishop, I was just like, what the hell is this?
I was just about to say, but you got Kate Bishop. That's not enough.
I was like, what in the malarkey? But I was just
you also got Black Panther?
He hasn't seen, they've only sub-teased it. They haven't announced it yet, but he is coming. But they dropped Kate Bishop, and I was just like, this is going to be garbage. So during the time of Kate Bishop DLC being out, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, goated game. So when you play with Kate Bishop, a lot of her moves are like Ghost of Tsushima. So I was just like, oh, this is it. I played her story. A little tough.
That's pretty dope.
100%. And I was like, all right, word. And then her story involves Clint. And then you see Clint's future story. I was like, why didn't they do this shit when it got dropped? I was just like, yo, it's spicy now. And I like, if the servers are bad, the servers are bad. But like, I still play the game. I still play as Cap. I still play as Thor. I can play as Kate Bishop, Widow. I'll play as any character because the game is still. I played with Randos the other day. It's still fun, but they like what a flop, bro. Right pre-pandemic, like right before, you could have dropped all these characters in the pandemic and made your money. Like, was that Activision? Was it Activision who did it?
Activision.
Y'all messed up. Get your act together, and then maybe you'll see better. Because that was just trash. Like, I can't believe you promise the consumers character. Not drop the character at all, then release other characters who they weren't even like. They missed a really big opportunity. Even if the game wasn't that great, you should have at least released all the content. And then But the people, like, it's been over almost shit.
Well, the crazy part is the story. The story was great. I love the story.
Amazing. It was hard too, but like that's how you make an Avengers game. It has to be all robots, and I liked how it was AIM. They didn't want to be like, "Hey, we're gonna go after Thanos." Like, no, they did AIM, and then we had MODOK. I thought that was really
yeah, that was dope.
That was dope. And then like they had the whole like synchronizing fights where they make you be the different Avenger, and I was like, dude, that was hot. Like when I
was kind of upset that there wasn't like Hydra in the game. Like they didn't do a lot more with that. I feel like they missed a whole bunch of opportunity, like you said, with the pandemic and everything going on. There's so many different DLCs they could have dropped on a monthly basis. Yeah. And they just dropped the ball completely.
The Hydra, like it could be anything. The Black Order, that's all the stuff they had in Ultimate Alliance 3. They had the Black Order expansion. They had the Blade and like Morbius expansion. I was just like, all right, word. Like they're introducing all these other people, but I mean, remember Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2? Like I used to think those games were spice because for a Marvel fan, they really went in depth. Like you had to go to war with Asgard because Loki took over. Or
I can't even tell you how many hours I put in on those games.
Oh, I put money into those. I still have them. Once Xbox was like, hey, you can download this. Yoink.
Yeah, I know we actually rebought Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 to play on Xbox together.
And then because there's no service for it. I was like, what a waste. Like we could play this locally in like a LAN party, but I was like, what a waste. I was just like, they won't even let you play one of the greatest, like my opinion, one of the great Marvel.
And that's the funny thing is that's my problem with the new game. The only reason why I don't play it anymore, the only reason why I don't put money into the new one is the servers are absolute trash. The fact that I can be on playing my own story game, just continuing after the end game, and the fact that I'll freeze up and get kicked out of the game, and then I have to start that long ass mission all over again. I don't have the patience for that, especially when like it's dry. I thought the game was mad dry. Mm-hmm. I feel like if they wanted to capitalize on this, they should have did what they're doing with the MCU. And they should have used the video game world to tie in with the TV shows and the movies to where if you wanted to get the full picture, you needed to get this video game. You need to get this DLC.
To continue on to WandaVision and everything else, you would need it to play this game.
100%.
They missed a gold ticket.
And I don't know how they dropped the ball on that. They need to get Kevin Feige involved in the video game world.
The man, the myth.
Yo, if they can get their own video game world in the MCU, I think that would be fucking amazing, especially with Ant-Man and the Quantum Realm. Like, there's so many different things you can do.
Excited.
So many different things you can do. But all right, man, we're coming to the end of the podcast. I think we talked enough about all that bullshit. There's just one more thing I want to talk about before we go. We're going to get into music. You know, we're going to talk about our guy, Cole, J. Cole, Cole World,
Jermaine.
You know, the MVP,
Jermaine.
The current god in the rap game. I don't think there's anybody better than Cole right now.
No, bro, no. I will agree with you 100%. There's always greats in the past and there's greats in the present right now. But I will say J. Cole, for me, like hip hop is like me, I'm a little older, so hip hop's fallen off a big deal. But J. Cole, since I've been in high school all the way to now, has stayed original, and he's what you would want for someone like after Nas. Like he is that guy.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Words. He has the stories. He has the moods. Like a handful of times, I have to listen to J. Cole when I be in a heated argument or something. Like I'd be like, yeah, Cold World, Cold Life, Cold Blooded. Remind you, Cold Blooded. But it was just like it's nice. It's nice that he changed with music. Like he didn't stay the same. He did all that fucking shit, and he rapped about like what the industry was. And like what everybody was doing. And then you look at like, yo, he came back like he came after Soulja Boy, bro. And like you see like where hip hop has gone, where everybody's just doing it for clout. Like, and J. Cole has never, ever done it. He was so good that he would have nobody feature on his album. That's how good he is. So it's just like he can just say like I personally think that's all I got for hip hop right now is J. Cole. There's plenty of other people. Like I love other people. I love Big Sean. I love other people. Like it's just J. Cole is probably right now, hands down, the greatest storyteller in hip hop right now. For like Forest Hills Drive and like all this other shit, fucking the come up, like the warm up. Like he is just a beast on every album, and like every one of them is catchy. It's singing. Like nobody doesn't have a ringtone of J. Cole. Like he is the GOAT. Legit, the GOAT. Sir Samuel Adams himself. Like I respect the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Like The only other GOAT is Tom Brady. Like, it's like, yeah, that's your competition right now, bro. Like, you're the greatest in the world right now with Tom Brady. Like, there's other people, but like J. Cole, you can never fail. You know how many concerts of his I've been to? Like, legit, I go to his shit and
he puts on such a good show.
He is like it's not even a performer, bro. He is a person of the people, like Bob Marley. Like, he can walk out and just vibe with everybody and just talk for 30 minutes and no one's going to get mad. It is money well spent. Listen to his words. Listen to what he has to say, because J. Cole is the truth. He's the GOAT.
Now, and also the fact that he put his team on, with Dreamville. Bro.
Yeah, he did. He brought them up. I ain't never seen a bigger team come up since what's his name, Rob World on YouTube, the dude who makes fun of Jermaine and all that, and his friends and stuff. They did the anime house and stuff like that.
RDC World.
RDC World, thank you.
Shout out to RDC World. I watch all your videos. Subscribe.
You guys are the GOATs. Like, I've been watching y'all for years, way back when. Like, but it's just like, even they know, like, that's the man right there. Like, Cole's the GOAT. And like, Jay-Z let you like hunger for it, and then brought you on, and you brought such an energy to hip hop in the world. And I just think J. Cole's, he's that guy. As I watch that song he had about Kanye, I was just like, yeah, he's right.
You talking about false idols?
False idols, bro. When he was on the bus, bro, like, legit, and then he just like vibed with it. And I was like, whether it's about Kanye or not, like, that song was what hip hop needed, because it was just like all these people did all this shit, and now like, look at the big scam Ja Rule did in that fucking that like festival or whatever.
Oh, the Fire Festival.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like crazy how like other shit, like, not to throw shit on Ja Rule. I was low key.
No, fuck Ja Rule. You got it.
Showed up, but like legit. Like, it was just like, it's crazy to see what hip hop's trying to do to stay relevant. Like Snoop Dogg. You know how I feel about Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, man. But stay out of my video game, Snoop. We don't care anymore, bro.
No. Snoop, I only granted you pass. See, that hockey shit. But when you were in Def Jam Fight for New York, you were a boss, and I loved fighting you because your style was crazy. I was like, yes. I was just like, I don't want to beat up Snoop Dogg, but if you had a game where you wanted to beat up a rapper, that would be the game. So it was always fun to play that, but it's just like, I need Snoop to just step back.
I love that you name dropped A Fight for New York. Def Jam Vendetta, A Fight for New York was one of my favorite games growing up. That's one of the greatest fighting games ever. To me, that was, I agree with you 100%. And the fact that I was able to use Method Man and Redman and just fuck people up.
Team, okay, yeah, that was shit. Sparks, Sean Paul, I was Mike Jones. This is like Paul Wall.
Yeah, Fat Joe's big ass on there.
Fat Joe the Don, like the capital.
Yeah, DMX.
DMX is all he made that game, bro. His finisher was just phenomenal. It made you cradle to the grave. Like, that straight up was just like, yep, DMX cradle to the grave. We gonna, So I fuck with it heavy. I think that's probably one of the greatest games ever made.
Do you think they'll do another Def Jam? I know they're talking about bringing one back.
They did Icon, and I played that for a while, but it was nothing compared to the other ones. Icon had T.I. and like Big Boy and a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah.
But the thing about Icon, the only dope thing about Icon was you were able to hit somebody, drop them, and the whole stage would shake, and like music would start bumping and shit like that. It was dope, but it was nothing compared, nowhere near 1 and 2. But it was just like, it'd be nice if they did something. I remember seeing like little false posters of like, oh, we're gonna do one. We're gonna Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem, and I was just like, no.
I don't want to see that. I would
love to beat up every character in that category when it goes from Machine Gun Kelly to Kodak Black. I don't care. I'm an old head, so yeah, I would love.
I would love to see that where they had like old school versus new school, where they had like I don't know, like 32 characters. You can have like 16 old, 16 new.
I'd be for it.
That way we can have J. Cole fight Little Pump.
See, I don't think I want to see J. Cole as a character. I think he's safe far from it. Just let him be.
You have to put J. Cole in there. You would have to put J. Cole, Kendrick, all those guys in there.
I put Kendrick in it. Yes, definitely. I would definitely put Kendrick in that. Definitely.
Especially you got to have Element on the track. That's one of my favorite Kendrick songs.
Travis Scott would be in the game.
I would love to fuck up Travis Scott.
I would love to play as him just because he's wild. Like, Tyler the Creator would be a great character in that game. That's all I would pick is Tyler the Creator. Pick his outfit from Igor. We can all come out and be like, yo, you make my heart, make an earthquake.
Yo, imagine that was a skin, bro.
Yo, I'd be all for it. Give me the DLC. Give it all. I'm paying. Take my money.
Yo, All right, going back to J. Cole, man. He said the new album's called The Off Season. The album cover looks dope with him standing on the next to the hoop on fire. That shit looks crazy. You know, Cole's doing big things right now with his sneaker label. He got all his shoes going. His shoes are on fire. The Dreamers. He says he's been working on this album for years. So are you expecting, especially with Revenge of the Dreamers coming out last year, are you expecting like a crazy album? Do you think he's finally going to win Rap Album of the Year?
Oh, dude, whatever he's going to bring is definitely going to touch. Yo, bro, he's got nothing but ammo, especially what's been going on in the world right now when it comes to police and police brutality and all the, like, us having eyes on everything now. He's definitely going to, like, just Breonna Taylor alone, he could literally a whole song. Like, George, like, but he's going to do something where it invites all their names into it. But, like, he's going to touch history. He's going to make people feel a certain way because that's what he does. And I'm all for it. Like, we need the words of the wise because shit, we need music.
I'm all for it too. I just hope it's not a whole album about that stuff. Like,
it might be, bro.
Because I know he has his kids now. You know, he has his team now. There's a lot of things he's overcome and did in the last few years that we could see. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a political fan. I want to hear what he has to say because he's a person who I respect. It's like Dave Chappelle. When Dave Chappelle comes out with a stand-up, you want to listen to what Dave has to say, even though he's not in the political party. You would respect this man's views and opinions. J. Cole is one of those people. So I would like to hear what he has to say. I just hope it's not a whole album about that. Like,
oh no,
I have enough of politics.
Every album I get a J. Cole. Politics, please. J. Cole, every time he's dropped an album and I got it on opening day, I've literally just front to back the whole thing. Most of the time at work, I'm like, hey, I'll go do some weed whacking or cut some grass right now. Just leave me alone. Let me vibe with these words. And they do. And I get a whole, sometimes the album's only hour, maybe less. Like, it's just like straight content. And then I'm able to hear it all day. And then like, damn, dude, Cole have you feeling some type of way when you come out. That's why they said Jermaine, bro. Like, he does not play. He is that guy.
Well, his album comes out a week from today. So next week, when we do our next video, we will be able to do a review video on J. Cole's album. We might dedicate a whole segment to just that. But I do want to have a video where we talk about our greatest anime intros and outros and the top playlists for us. So we will do a video like that. We will also do a video talking about our favorite anime, our own top 10s. We'll probably try to put a list together for you. Even talk about some of the newest anime that's come out in 2020, 2021. You know, we'll let you know what we're watching, what we think you should be watching. What are you watching right now, man? I know you're catching up on a few things.
I'm catching up on Fire Force. I'm getting into the first episode of Darwin's Game. I have to watch the last 10 episodes. 10 minutes. I'm also watching, like I said, Superman the animated series, just to tie in back up to me going back to Justice League. But as far as shows, I've been finishing a lot, like Sweet Home. Like, we're gonna have a whole other podcast to talk about it, but it was just like a lot of the show, like most of them we already covered, but like there are so many shows out there and there's so much talent in other parts of the world that like don't get the recognition they get. So like, it's gonna be nice to actually touch on those.
Nah, that's dope. And you caught up on Darwin's Game? You're all done?
No. I am in the first episode, which was lit, and then like I got to where he talks to the girl, and then she starts going nuts, and then I was just like, I lost that part. So I'm gonna go back in and watch the last 10 minutes of the episode, jump right in episode 2, which was just like, oh, okay, that's the vibe. So I'm gonna watch it, but I think I'm more into mangas right now. Like, I'm reading Chainsaw Man. I'm reading Boruto currently, which is Spiceville. A lot of people gave it hate and clout. I stay with it every day because it's my will of fire. So it's nice to see where Boruto will go. I'm just doing a lot of manga most of these times now. If not, dabbling in other things. There's still like, there's a lot of sports seasons on right now. I don't watch too much sports, but I mean, it's always nice to pass the time. The whole family watches that stuff. So as far as shows I'm watching, I'm all caught up pretty much. Not on everything, because we are going to talk about Fire Force. And
man. Fire Force is one of my favorites. I'm excited about the future.
Literally one of the best animes I've seen, and I'm only in season 2, which is all there is, because you guys gave me false hope. We don't touch on that. These guys had me thinking there was like 3 or 4 seasons, like 3 different people like, yo, Ray, you are slacking. And I'm like, well, at this part, and they'd be like, you are slacking. And then I'd be like, yo, bro, I don't see any of the seasons where I find them. They go, oh, there's only 2 seasons. And I'm like, how am I slacking? I'm already caught up.
But you're not, though.
No, stop it. Okay? Straight up. Fire Force is a beautiful anime. The whole story, everything about it. I can't wait till we talk about it next time. Like that they're doing good there. We'll talk about My Hero. We'll talk about everything, dude, because Mappa and everybody else is trying to really set the hype. Even Disney Plus and Netflix, Amazon Prime, even Hulu, bro. Like,
hey, shout out to Disney Plus for The Bad Batch. Did you watch episode 1 yet?
Not yet. But
man, The Bad Batch, the great fucking first episode and introduction to the squad. Clone Force 99 is no joke. And for those Star Wars fans out there, don't worry. My guy right here, Pesos, he's a huge Star Wars fan, probably biggest fan I know. He will put you on point.
Hey, I love the Force. I love the Sith. I love everything about what Lucasfilms has done, whether it was good or bad, because they're trying to entertain the people and they're doing what they can. But there's nothing cooler than a fucking lightsaber. I'm sorry. Like,
an Ewok is cooler, bro.
You ever seen an Ewok meet a lightsaber? Straight up. Hey, Ewok versus lightsaber?
Nah, I just want to give some love to the Ewoks, man. I feel like nobody gives any fucks about the Ewoks, bro.
They had a cartoon. They had everything.
Yo, I watched it as a kid, man. So that was my introduction to Star Wars, the Ewoks cartoon.
I don't know how they didn't bring any of them back.
I know, right?
Their planet was saved. Oh, it's crazy. Darth Vader went back there in his ghost form and smoked everybody. He's like, nah, we can't have y'all living. Y'all beat us with spears and rocks. You can't have that on my record. Can't be on my resume.
Hey, man, all I know is they still get the dub. That's all that matters.
They do.
But all right, guys, thank you for joining us in this first edition of our anime, comic book, video games, music, movies. Once again, we're going to be doing this weekly. We're going to talk about everything you want to hear from. Angry fans, we're here to voice your frustration, hear your frustration. So we're going to have some guests come on and talk. Hopefully we can get some guest commentary. I'm going to try to reach out to Megan Thee Stallion, see if we can find out if she's really an anime fan. I don't think she's about that life. Who knows? We'll find out, though. All right, I'm your host, Afro. This is my boy, Pesos. Until next time, you guys enjoy your night.